Thank you. Seniors, parents, guests, staff, and students, I'd like to welcome all of you to our 25th Annual Senior Awards Assembly. I'd like to make a couple of special introductions this morning. First of all, Kathy Bijo in the back, who has orchestrated putting all of this together and making sure all of us know exactly what we're supposed to be doing. And Diane Scholander, who has also ably helped her getting this whole thing put together. So let's give them a thank you. Seniors, it's getting down to being a very short time to graduation. As we go through the day and the next couple of weeks, as we move towards that, I suspect if I ask you how many minutes were left before graduation, you can tell us how many days are left. That there were only 6 days left. Let me hear 6 one more time. That's better. We'll practice that at graduation. This is a special time for our seniors. Today begins the process towards graduation, and a time that we honor all of our seniors for the many outstanding things they've done at school over the past years. It's a special time for the teachers to be able to reach out and recognize seniors that have been outstanding. For the freshmen, the sophomores, and the juniors, or should I say the sophomores, juniors, and seniors to be, let the positive accomplishments of the seniors that will be recognized here today be a model of what you should be striving for as you set your goals for the future. This is an exciting time and a time that you can make a difference, and so let the seniors' accomplishments be a guiding light for each of you. As we go through the assembly this morning, I ask each of you to be a positive, quiet, and respectful audience as the different teachers present awards to our seniors. We'd like to welcome all the parents and friends of our seniors who are here today to watch the awards. Welcome to South Albany High School. Now we'll get to the reason why we're here, and it gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce to you Karen Angel, who will present the Accounting and Secretarial Awards. Karen?
This award this year goes to a senior who's been willing to take programs and different concepts in the area and basically figure them out on her own and work through it on her own. And I think she'll succeed well in what she decides to do in life. Sarita Nichols. Goes to a senior who I had the pleasure of knowing for 4 years, who's done an outstanding job of working on his own as well as in a group situation, Robin Chan. And
I'm always a little bit nervous presenting the person's attendance award because the person's not here. It's kind of awkward. In 4 years, never missed a day in school. It's kind of an accomplishment that sort of brings a tear to my eye as an attendance person. I'd like to present this award this year to Mike Servon.
The John Philip Sousa Award goes to someone who has demonstrated a commitment to instrumental music, exemplary leadership qualities, as well as conduct, not just during their senior year, but throughout the 4 years here at South Albany High School. And as a new teacher, it was incumbent upon me to talk to people who were familiar with the program before I came here in determining who should get this award. The recipient this year has been a drum major for the past 2 years with the band, led the band 1 year in the Veterans Day Parade, and has represented South Albany High School in 2 honor bands, music in May last year, and this year at the Western International Band Conference up in Seattle, Washington, Lehman Lake.
I'd like to honor one of the students who works in the Child Development Center, who this year has played a very important role in the success of our program. I'd like to honor Jessica Ramos. Jessica's work with the children is outstanding. She's she puts the children first, and the quality of her work with the children is wonderful. If we have the children in Jessica's hands, we know that they're well taken care of. And the teachers tell me that she is as good as any substitute we have, and that's quite a compliment for a high school student. Not only do the teachers appreciate Jessica, but the children do as well. Yesterday I asked 3 of them what they liked about Jessica, and here's what they said. I like her because she tells the children not to run. I like her because she rubs my back during nap time. And I like her because she's skinny. And here to give her an award are 2 people who think she's pretty special. Could I have Jessica? I hope she's here. Jessica Ramos. Why didn't teacher Jessica come? I'm here to introduce or present the choir.
It's my pleasure to honor 4 people today for outstanding vocal ability. The first 2 people I'd like to honor for their exceptional talent are Andrew Curtis and Christy McQuaid. Thank you for helping us build the program. Will Kathy Ellis and Rebecca Wallace please come forward?
The following people to please come forward. Leslie Boyce, Rosie Martinez, Paula Lee and Isla Canute, and Jason Lee. 3 years. They have all been officers for multiple years in the last 3 years of their school at South Albany. They have traveled to Portland, to Eugene, to Spokane, to Boise, Idaho, to San Diego, California, to St. Louis, and most recently to Orlando. They've received nominations and wonderful awards in all of those areas, and one of the things that comes through over and over again is that South Albany represents wonderful, wonderful, intelligent people, so I think you can be real proud of them. At this time, it's with pleasure that I'd like to mention that our DECA chapter stands for 4 distinct entities. The 4 points of the DECA diamond are vocational understanding, and with the Marketing Student of the Year award standing on stage, I'd like to commend Leslie Boyce. It also stands for leadership development. And again, representing our chapter, but also representing, first of all, the state of Oregon, and now most recently, the entire United States of America, as the Western Regional Vice President for the entire Association of DECA nationwide is Rosie Martinez. We also have a Civic Consciousness Award for Service and Social Intelligence Award for the ability to meet and get along with people in a win-win situation. And for those 2, we have Paula Lee and Isla Canute. We also have a local chapter person of the year for DECA and for our leadership for this past year, as well as the other offices that Jason Lee has held. I'd like to thank. Not only have workers, but product available and cold when you want it. We have Eric and Paula Lee at Zank, and our student store managers of the year.
There are two people I'd like to recognize this morning that have put in a lot of hard work over the past 4 years. The first person I'd like to recognize this morning is Brian Kellogg in a drafting technology award. He's been in the drafting program for 4 years. He's done many special projects for us. This last semester he has worked as an intern at Lemons Cabinets and has started setting up their CAD program, developing standards, teaching the workers at Lemons how to use CAD. He's also doing some additional training at London Community College. So he's put a lot of hard work into it and deserves this award very much. And that's Brian Kellogg. This is the first year we've recognized somebody for the second award, and we have it at Sign Shop on campus. And this is the first year that we've had a full-time student manager. And I would like to recognize today Andy Johnson as the student manager of the Sign Shop. He's done a lot of hard work. He's spent many extra hours in the Sign Shop trying to get jobs finished on time. We moved to a new location. We needed most of the organization for the new location for the Sign Shop. He had to become familiar with the materials and production techniques. He makes contacts with people in the community. He oversees employees. He does the scheduling, he does all the bidding that we do in the Sign Shop, he orders materials, he takes care of billing, and even does deliveries. So he has quite a wide variety of responsibilities. And that's Andy Johnson.
Mrs. Bentley asked me to give out these awards because right now she's in the middle of doing some children's theater and she couldn't leave to come over. I didn't really prepare anything to say, but I do know the two people who are receiving these awards quite well. And all I have to say is I have thoroughly enjoyed every performance they've ever given on the stage. And certainly my favorite was this fall when they were in Still Magnolias. The 1995-96 Drama Award goes to Amy Capitas. And the
English department would like to recognize a senior who has taken a wide range of classes and has demonstrated outstanding speaking and writing skills and who shows a love of literature. The senior has taken advanced English classes all 4 years, has been in journalism for 4 years, and serves as the yearbook assistant editor. She's also been a Silver Signature staff member and has participated in the Oregon Writing Festival. As you just heard Mrs. Hartley, she's been a stage manager and an actor over her 4 years at South. She's truly an excellent role model. But Kelly Woolfolk again is our first. I'd like to present the English Medal. And in addition, a tradition in the English department, we always present the Oxford Shakespeare Complete Works. And I know there are seniors out there who are dying to get a hold of this, so be real careful. I don't want you to get mad. Congratulations. Pam Benet will now present the Food Trends and Healthy Foods Award.
Certainly challenging year for the particular individual that I'm going to present the next award to. Rather than letting difficult circumstances get in her way, however, she kept her academic standards high and she was always very consistent and reliable. And I would like to recognize Melanie Bremer for her work in healthy foods, and I don't know if she's here today. Okay. In Food Trends, I don't think I've ever had a more enthusiastic student as the student that I'm going to present this next award to. It's been really fun to be her teacher. She's many times said to me, Mrs. Benet, this is the last chance. I'm off to college. I've got to learn how to cook for myself and take care of myself. She's been in after school to pick up extra ideas so she can do things at home, and I know she's going to do very well off on her own. She'll be eating well and healthy, and that's Sarah Mishler. Deborah Lindsay will present the German Award.
Ich habe viele gute Studenten in meiner Klasse und alle meine Seniors sind wunderbar. Ja, Bodo, Einhard, Katrin und so weiter. Aber der Deutschpreis dieses Jahr geht zu Chris Herman Hurst. Next haben
The health service student is Candy Cooper. She'll come up here. I'll tell you a little bit what Candy did this year. As a health occupation student, she's required to take a class out of LBCC every Monday night from 6 to 9 p.m. For this, she receives 6 credits from LBCC as well as credit here at South Albany. This class that she took at night from 6 till 9 every Monday night on her own is now going to be required for all incoming LBCC students that are interested in health occupations. So she's gotten one of her requirements out of the way already. Besides taking the night class, all health occupation students are required to do an internship, which is a non-paid work experience, 6 to 12 hours at various health occupation sites. And Cammy's worked at Albany General Hospital, Watchades Fitness Center, dentist office, maybe a couple of those, the fire department, medical imaging, and an elderly care center. So she's got a wide range of experiences, and that means that every 2 to 6 weeks, she goes into a new work site where she knows no one. She doesn't really know what's going to be expected of her and has to handle that stressful situation. She really becomes an ambassador of all of you. How she acts out there reflects what South Albany students are like. And I have had numerous calls from Cammy's worksite that tells me that she has such a wonderful attitude, a willingness to do whatever is asked of her, and such a commitment to her education. As you can tell, this is a rigorous program, and Cammy has done an outstanding job for us the whole year, and she's very deserving of this award.
Good morning. For many years, it's been my privilege and my pleasure to present the Mathematics Department Senior Awards, and it is again today. We present 2 awards each year. The first is the Mathematics Student of the Year. This award goes to a student whom we feel has shown mathematical talent and ability and truly deserves our recognition. This year, the Math Student of the Year is Sarah Normandin. Our second award is our most prestigious award. It goes to the Outstanding Mathematics Student. This person is one that we feel has demonstrated strengthening skills, a true depth of mathematical understanding. You might say it's the person that truly has a clue. It's my pleasure to announce this year's Outstanding Mathematics Student, our shining star, Melissa Hines. Our next
2 seniors this year are receiving the awards for medals. Both of these students have developed excellent welding machining skills. They've shown a strong desire to learn all of the material presented in medals classes. Devin Conahan and Tom Ritter, please come forward. Devin must not be here.
I have more than just the newspaper award to give, so it's going to take me a second to get organized. I've had 5 wonderful seniors on staff, and they have been with me for at least 3 years, although one has been on staff for 4 years. And I just want to say thank you for sticking with it and your persistence, and I'm really going to miss you next year. Both of the girls receiving the Outstanding Newspaper Staff Member Awards display all of the qualities of good journalists. Between them, they've held every leadership role on staff, from ad manager to editor-in-chief. They have worked hard and developed their love of writing into their career goals. One plans to major in English in college, and the other plans to major in journalism. And so at this time, I would like to give Misty Elliott the Newspaper Editor Award. And the winner of the Outstanding Newspaper Staff Member goes to Amy Pappas. And move into the yearbook realm here. The Outstanding Yearbook Staff Members are also just happen to be the yearbook editor and the yearbook assistant editor, and I see them sitting together there. I think that the whole yearbook staff would agree that Monty Wink and Kelly Woolfolk are going to be dearly missed next year. Not only are they hard workers and strong leaders and positive forces on staff, but they both have a really funny sense of humor, and we're going to miss Lonnie's laugh every morning. And the last group of awards that I'd like to give are the Quill and Scroll Awards. And Quill and Scroll is an honorary journalism society for high school journalists who are in the top third of their class and have done superior work on a publication the year that they received the award. This year I have 3 new inductees to the Quill and Scroll, and they are Michaela Carter, Leslie Martnick, and Liz Connors. Inducted last year and have remained on staff, and so can receive a second or even third year award for being in the Quill and Scroll. And some of those people are still on stage. They include Cammie Cooper, Misty Elliott, Amy Pappas, Elisa Stahl, Melissa Logan, Kelly Whaley, Lonnie Wink, and Kelly Woolfolk. Would you please give them a big
students that work with our students with disability, but I'd like to recognize Kathy Ellis. She's a wonderful human being. She's going to be an excellent teacher. I appreciate her very much, and I know my students do too.
I'm here this morning representing the staff of the science department at South Albany. We had a difficult time this year picking just 2 people to give our science award to, because we have a very high number of students who are graduating this year who were really fine students in science. In fact, based on knowing that so many of you were such good students in our classes and such fine people to be around, we're really going to miss you.
We did, however, finally narrow it down to 2 people who are truly exceptional in 2 areas that go into making a good scientist. We have one person in your class that, in all the time I've been here at South Albany, which has started before you guys were born, we have never had a student who exemplified the characteristic of asking questions like this student has. And I'd like to honor Andy Johnson. We have another student who, again, in the time I've been here, I don't think that we've ever had a student who has shown the qualities of persistence and a dedication to the highest quality of work as Jennifer Roth has. I'd like to introduce the next head
before you this morning and talk a little bit about the Site Council, which has the responsibility of overseeing the curriculum and a few other ideas for the campus. Part of the Site Council we have is 2 student representatives. You need to know that these student representatives have spoken well of you and have represented you very well. I'd like to invite Layman Lee to come forward. Layman Lee has served, doesn't speak a lot, but when she speaks, there is quality and wisdom that comes from her voice. The second person I'd like to introduce to you has been a person who has been a glutton for punishment. He signed up for a 2nd year. He has served 2 years on the Site Council, Brian Fazzini. You need to know that we listen to the student representatives. You need to know that we have changed our decisions because of what they have said. You need to know that you may apply for this position starting today. Please see your counselors and they will help you to do that. Introducing the awards for the social studies is Tony Mata.
I've been here for 2 years. This is my 2nd year here in South. And so I don't know the person that I'm giving the award to, but in inquiring about this individual, I've learned that he has high academic achievement throughout his 4 years here at South Albany. But not only that, he's a person who's involved in things around campus. He's a 3-year member of the varsity swim team, as Mr. Trout said, a 2-year member of the Site Council. As I talk to his teachers, he is a student who shows the ability to think critically and has done an outstanding job in the social studies curriculum. The social studies award goes to Brian Fazzini.
It takes great commitment and dedication to be on the Southern Belle Dance team, and I would like to recognize my 3 seniors, Kelly Whaley, Melissa Hines, and Leslie Martinak. The next presenter is Mr. Riddell.
I have the best students on campus. And when they get to be seniors, I have the best students on campus who are hardworking. And this award for the outstanding Spanish student goes to somebody who is an outstanding senior with a lot of talent, and that's Ron Lee.
I'm not real good at this speaking stuff, so I'm going to take you on a little trip. If I could get Melissa Logan, Holly Rice, Layman Lee, TJ Sanders, and Andy Johnson up here, please. Gotta close your eyes, all seniors, close your eyes. Take yourself back 4 years ago, when this was a big place, and this gym seemed like a monstrous building to you, and when you watch your classmates eating candied apple onions, and a few of those kinds of things that occurred. some of you guys were figuring out that girls were different. Your leaders during that time were. Your class representative leading you through that fun year was Melissa Logan. Your class director that year was Holly Wright. Your secretary was Layman Lee. Your vice president was TJ Sanders. He may have something to do with that, I'm not sure. And your president leading you through that wonderful year was Annie Johnson. More onions. And these people are still willing to be your leaders. Your 1993 sophomore class treasurer was Liz Connors. Secretary was Kristen Cox. And I think that maybe your vice president had the president assassinated or something to only have a vice president here follow up. Okay, on to bigger and better things. I need Paul Lee, Liz Connors, and Ashley Olsen. And out of South Albany's new stadium, and the dreams, I guess, that went into that. 95 treasurer was Paul Lee. Vice president was Liz Connors. And president was Ashley Olsen. Okay, and I need Paul Lee, Layman Lee, Michaela Carter, and Ben Davis, please. This group's overseeing the birth of Captain Spirit. And the crash of the Rebel Horse. They oversaw the christening of the new stadium and had major roles in that process. And this group also gets to usher your class out of here. Treasurer, Paul Lee. Secretary, Layman Lee. Vice President Michaela Carter, and President Ben Davis. Okay, and then the other people I'd like to introduce are the people who have not only been class leaders for you, but have chosen to reach out just a little further and to be school leaders. One of your classmates was a student body officer as a junior. Layman Lee was the treasurer in 1994-95. She wanted some more. And then the group I'd like to have now, Robin Chan, Kristen Cox, Ashley Olsen, and Liz Connors. And I've overseen a lot of changes. And again, as a first-year person doing this job, I can't thank them enough for their efforts. Your treasurer was Robin Chan. Secretary Kristen Cox. And your presidents were Ashley Olsen and Liz Connors.
Mr. Melville, for a guy who doesn't do that speaking stuff real well, I say you're outstanding at it. I'd great pleasure today to introduce to you our foreign exchange students. For years, life in South Albany has been enriched by the presence of students from other countries. Thank you, Mr. Tippett. This year has been no exception. We have been honored exchange students who've been a part of our student body, and I hope each of you had the opportunity to be enriched by their presence, and I hope their stay at South Albany has been a positive one for them. I would like, and I hope I do this correctly, Chris Yonke, who is a senior from Germany, and Andre Bucking, who is a junior from Germany, and they come forward. I can see Andre has made a fan or two products. It's my pleasure now to introduce to you our valedictorians and salutatorians for this graduating class. Valedictorians and salutatorians are chosen strictly by their cumulative GPA. Our class of 1996 has a perfect dozen valedictorians, all with 4.0 GPAs over their high school career, and 3 salutatorians with GPAs of 3.98, which means they received 1B in high school. I would like to have the following valedictorians please come forward and stand on the stage. Leslie Boyce, Elizabeth Connors, Kathleen Ellis, Brian Frazzini, Melissa Hines, Andrew Johnson, Layman Lee, Sarah Normandin, Amy Pavidas, Toby Scott, Mike Sarabon, and Rebecca Wallace. Correctly on here,